inaugural movie review, I've decided to start off with a little romantic comedy starring the very beautiful Tina Fey and the very beautiful Paul Rudd. What could go wrong? Well, to find out, cue title scene. Now, for those of you wondering, yes, I am only reviewing this movie to get myself in the swing of reviewing movies. So, why? Because I'm a guy, and at the end of the day, this was a romantic comedy. Something that mostly appeals to women. And as you can clearly tell, I'm a man, or secretly a very ugly woman. Now, the thing about this film is that if a guy gets dragged to this, which probably every guy who sees this will, you're really not going to be that disappointed. You're not going to sit there thinking, oh my god, I want to shoot myself. But you won't sit there thinking, oh my god, best movie ever. It's okay. It's good for what it is. The acting is great. A couple of times it does fall short, though. Tina Fey and Paul Rudd have a lot of good chemistry. You could actually kind of see them together in real life. That being said, Paul Rudd's character does come across as a little generic. The basic idea of this film is that Paul Rudd is basically playing the quintessential nice, perfect guy. See what I mean? And the idea is that he wants to help this teen, this kid who really is kind of strange. He's very odd in the way he talks, behaves, acts. He's not fully normal up there, but a brilliant, genius child. And he's really trying to help him get into Princeton through Tina Fey, and there's also a little twist in there that really puts a curveball in things. And the thing is, for a lot of people right now, college admittance is crazy. I mean, it's getting to the point in the year where people find out if they're going to college or not, and this film really demonstrates that. You do get the feeling that this really is how college works. For better or for worse is up to you. And the thing is that the kid, you're rooting for him the whole time, but you can kind of understand why he wouldn't get in. I mean, again, he doesn't have great grades, but everything else about him shines perfectly. And the kid plays this perfectly. Expect to see this guy in future movies. I mean, just a brilliant performance, flawless from the kid. Unfortunately, Tina Fey, when it comes to that curveball I was talking about, doesn't really show it at first. I mean, obviously, Tina Fey, a lot of people really like her. She's on 30 Rock. She hosted the Emmy. She's been in a few films before. But the thing is, you know, she's attractive. But the thing is that she hasn't really done anything on this level so far, and for a first attempt, I think it's great. Like I said, Paul Rudd's a bit generic, but of course the film has to focus on Faye, so that's just how he has to be. You know, also in the film is her mother, very well performed, very solid. The film as a whole is great. It uses this great sense of metaphor when describing how college works, the admittance process. Again, this film really makes you feel this is how college is going. And for all those applying to college, my heart goes out to you after seeing this. And even to the admittance officers, I'm not going to lie, going into this movie, I thought Tina Fey would be this unlikable, rude, opinionated person. She kind of was. But she really felt like more of a human being. I mean, it really makes you feel that these people have a hard job. And again, it's Princeton, so it's the hardest college admittance job in the country. So it really works. It really comes across. You know, men, you're going to get dragged to this by your girlfriend. Unless you're like me and you're just seeing this to benefit a goal, you're not really going to go to this movie. And, you know, that's the point. If it came out around Valentine's Day, it just would have been lost in the sauce of all the other romantic comedies, which is kind of how Tina Fey is in this movie. Irony. And the thing is that from there, it comes out a little bit later. It stands out on its own more. No big films have really came out the past few weeks, trust me. It really just comes across as being a grounded, realistic film with romance just being the thing that propels it from scene to scene. And that's great. And it, you know, again, it comes out now, so that way it can stand out more. Because it's not going to stand out with big summer giants like Man of Steel. It wouldn't really come into play with Valentine's Day because everyone just thinks, let's see the romantic comedy with the hottest guy and gal. It's not going to come out in the fall because that's Oscar prepare season. So it came out right. It had a great premise, a logical execution, a fairly believable plot. It does a lot of things to fix loopholes later, but when the loopholes happen, you know it, and it does affect your viewing of the film. But it all comes together for a great, nice, solid ending There are a few useless things, like her ex-boyfriend is in the movie, and frankly, they could have just cut him after his breakup scene with her. But you expect that, and you know, again, it's a romantic comedy. So I've got no choice but to put it on the romantic comedy scale. To which case, I'm going to say it a solid 8 out of 10. Great plot, great premise, performances kind of fall flat at times, a little dry. There are some predictable points, and a few plot loopholes that take you out of the film a couple of times. But other than that, I say good job, Tina Fey. Okay job, Paul Rudd. And let's go, movies, because we need things to occupy us till Man of Steel comes out. Kevin out.